Warning! This podcast contains Red Hoods.
And spoilers.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Gotham, Season 1, Episode 17, Red Hood. I'm your host, Dom, aka Phenomenodom. With me, my co-host, Nikki.
Hi.
Aka Lady Venom 24. Red Hood herself, Clio.
But you gave it away, dude! You're in a mask for
your name's right down there. It tells you where to find Red Hood, Clio. Yep.
You're a criminal.
And,
Criminal.
oh, and she takes it off now.
I'm getting fleece in my eye.
Yes.
And I want to drink my tea.
Oh,
And
Later. Talk about him.
And no more himself, John.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
So, what'd you guys think of this episode?
it was amazing.
It was really
So
interesting.
good.
Yeah. What was your favorite part, Nikki? Because you're our resident. I don't know anything about the Gotham, the DC universe. So, what was your favorite part of this episode?
I was like, they're passing around a hood. They probably all got the flu. And they're just making each other sick, and they're gonna have an epidemic on their hands. And then the kid picks it up, and he's like, "Phew." I'm like, what is that, a magic hood? I really didn't know anything about this hood. And then the whole Fish Mooney thing. What the hell?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we seriously have to consider the fact that this hood might be magic.
It very well could. It
Not
seemed like some kind of magical artifact.
Like
it
it
almost
had, like,
seemed like something that should
manipulation.
be in like an episode of Warehouse 13.
I mean,
Yeah. Or even the
it's
Librarians.
the hood itself is not special. It's a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's
Like the one you just
For some
ripped off?
reason- What?
Is that like the one you just ripped off?
Yeah.
I want that
yeah.
hood.
It's a piece of shit, and it's got to be some other reason why they're. And it's not just like the normal kind of greed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they literally killed each other for it. That's more than just I want to lead. That's something more. So I think we really have to consider that it's magic.
It's just like maybe like just like because it was it became a really like positive yet strong symbol for a criminal.
Yeah.
That people just wanted it.
Whoops.
Or
Or
We have our longtime viewer Lee Silver in chat asking how many Joker references from the movies did you guys find in the first 5 minutes?
I
And,
didn't.
movies?
I what? No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean the I don't know what I don't know what references.
Well, as soon as the guy put the hood on, right, and what, is somebody snapping pictures? Is the paparazzi here trying to get pictures for Red Hood? No, but as soon as he put the hood on and like he gets into the bank, like he lets out that Joker laugh, right? So we got the Joker laugh right off the bat.
yeah,
You know, we had this really sketchy like character that looked all shady and everything, you know, playing the part of the first Red Hood. You know, that's very Joker-esque. You have what seemed to be the like low man on the totem pole actually being the one to take charge. And at that point, I wasn't sure if he was actually the brains behind it or, you know, because as we saw in the most recent, the Heath Ledger Batman, that he, like, Heath Ledger in that one, the opening scene, like, he played one of the regular criminals, you know, in the thing. Like, he seemed to be, like, a low-life criminal in there, and, like, not the mastermind. So, I'm like, okay, because, as we know, Red Hood is supposed to be the Joker, right? That's his origin. Like, he was originally Red Hood
that's one
first.
version of his
One
origin.
version.
Correct.
When they do decide to give him an origin.
Correct. So, you know, we had that. We had the very similar to the very first Batman movie, the Michael Keaton one with the Joker, with Jack Nicholson. You remember the parade and the money flying out all over the streets and the crowd going nuts for the money? That was taken right out of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah, see, and then... as Lee points out, the bank robbery from Dark Knight and the 1989 money. Just, exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's, it's very... It showed so many references to Joker. It was unbelievable.
But see, now I think we're getting into a territory where it's like, fucking stop.
Yeah?
Because
really?
We know this guy's not the Joker. He just got killed. We know the kid's not the Joker because that would be really dumb.
Fucking Joker.
Huh?
Because he's just not the fucking
He's
Joker.
not the Joker. It would be really dumb. So...
What are you guys dismissing? Are you guys dismissing the guy from last episode?
The Joker in our face. I think it's too much. I think it's taking away from the show, and it's being like, oh, hey, remember the Joker that we're not going to give you because it would be dumb to give you the Joker. That would just be stupid.
See, I like it though.
Yeah,
are you dismissing? Are you dismissing the kid from last week though?
People could like it. If there's any more than this, it's going to get dumb.
Are you dismissing the kid from last week?
No, I did not like the kid from last week.
Right, but are you saying he's not the Joker? Is that definite for you?
For me, yeah. Because if it ends up being the Joker, for me, it's going to be dumb.
Yeah, that's the one.
Because then we know too much about him. The Joker is the Joker because we know nothing about him.
I agree. The only thing that we have to say towards that is that the TV series kind of almost billed him as the Joker, and that's very misleading for us if that's not the case.
Yeah. I mean...
Yeah. But they never called him the Joker.
They did not. So they can
no, because
all they said was they didn't even call him the Joker in the previews. They said that he's no joke.
He's no joke.
Which
he's
literally
no joke.
Can be like he's not the Joker.
He's not the Joker.
You can look at it for many different ways. I like the fact that they're giving us all these potential could be the Jokers. That way they're doing the Joker without actually giving him an origin story, because they're giving us all his origin stories all at once. And it's like, is it this guy? Is it this guy? Is it that guy? We're always guessing. And then if he just shows up, like, let's say the series goes on 7 seasons, right? And here we are. It's time to actually bring these in as real villains now, right? And you could just have the Joker show up. He doesn't need the origin story anymore, because they've already set up and we're like, which character is he? It doesn't matter at this point. They gave it all of them.
Yeah.
So...
He could be any one of them. He could be none of them. He could be all of them.
Exactly. And that's why having every single version of his origin story makes it that more compelling for... But yeah, maybe they're forcing too many too quick.
It was too in succession. Yeah. Like, all of it was just like, whoa.
I mean, there's very subtle... There's very subtle in some cases where there's Joker references in every single episode. Very subtle ones. And, these have been two of the more prominent. Huh?
Like the pineapple in Psych.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That could very well be Gotham's pineapple. Because they just make a Joker reference in every episode.
I'm just going to bring this up. I watched like 10 episodes of Psych in the very beginning of the series, and other than the actual freaking pineapple, I couldn't see any freaking references to pineapples, and I looked really hard.
Mm-hmm. They're in every episode. Every one. They could be something very simple as, like, the doorbell is a pineapple-shaped doorbell. It's little things like that. It doesn't have to actually be a live pineapple.
I know.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The interesting part about the Red Hood gang, and that sticks true for the podcast as well, is the leader of the gang is always the lowest man on the totem pole.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm kidding, Cleo. I'm making a knock at Cleo. No, but
it's generally not like the leader wasn't the Red Hood, or like the expected leader.
Exactly, that's the thing, is the front man.
Perceived leader.
The perceived leader for, like, the cops and everything. He's the most expendable man there. Right? That's the way this has been working. It's literally the lowest kid, like, the kid just, I just threw this hood together. I thought it would be cool. Let's put it on. Then he, like, jumps up on the table and he's like, give us the money. Don't worry, we're not here. We want the bank's money, not your money. And let's give money to the crowd. He seems like, that's the leader. And then, like, if they shot him, like, which the bullets magically missed or whatever, they wrote that off as, the cop didn't wear his glasses. They gave some reasons behind it. But if that guy was to be killed, the rest of the gang is fine. You know, like, he's really, in terms of grand scheme of things, he's nothing.
Yeah, he's useless. Now, see, this is why I'm not really thinking that this is a magical hood or anything special, because this dude was just an outlandish fuck to begin with, and he was just looking for an excuse to stand out. He wanted attention. So what did he do? He was like, ha ha, I'm the circus leader, and blah, blah, blah. So, which was fine. But then, you know, so obviously, spoilers, he gets killed and thrown into a fridge next to beer. So then the fat guy takes it on. But he's not dumb and enthusiastic like the kid is, because he's like stumbling to get up onto the podium. He's like, okay, fine, here, have some fucking money, fine, whatever. It didn't change his personality. Same thing with, you know, nerdy dude at the end of the episode. Like, he was just thinking, it's like, I just need to be more confident. If I wear the hood, I'm more confident. And it did give him this illusion of kind of power and confidence. So it's not like magic. It's just
it's
inspiring.
Like the raven feather that Dumbo gets. That's his little confidence feather, and that's how he flies. But he didn't need it in the beginning.
No. Yeah. Everything comes back to Dumbo, guys.
Did we really just relate Batman to Dumbo?
Like, we did. I'm so happy.
I don't know.
It's a relevant comparison.
The DC universe is...
Wait, hold on, just real quick. Would that make the Gotham Police Department the pink elephants on parade?
But Gotham is part of the DC universe, and there is magic in the DC universe, whether it's...
Not right now, there's not.
Yes.
I don't think this is... No, it's not... I insist that it's not magic.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense to me. There's no magic.
It doesn't make sense to me. It seemed like such a yes, it was an illusion of authority, but it's like that all happened way too quick.
No, it didn't.
I guess it's a Lord of the Flies kind of thing, but still, I was just at the end. I'm like, is that motherfucking thing magic?
No. It's just these people are criminals. When that kid picked it up at the end of the episode, he was just like, yeah, I'm cool, bang.
He had seen all the Red Hood stuff in the news, and he was like, yeah, I have a Red Hood now, and bang, bang.
I'm the cool guy.
The thing that irritated me the most about this is, at the end, when they shoot the Red Hood, you know, and they kill the guy or whatever, and then Harvey's like, oh, let's go get lunch or whatever. Whatever the case was, the Hood was just, like, left in the street somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, and this is just after Gordon got through saying, as long as the Red Hood is out there, this gang could go on forever. So, wouldn't like your priority be, and it was there was blood on it.
There's evidence.
It's evidence. Wouldn't that be put in the evidence bag? Gordon, of all people, who is so adamant on following the rules and like taking away all the crime and the backward politics going on in the Gotham Police Department, should be doing things by the book.
You can explain that away as he did get an urgent call that...
Yeah, he did. I was about Alfred.
From the hospital.
He could have dropped it and nobody else gave a shit.
That is true. Okay.
My thing on that is that I think that was sort of a writer's thing, less than like a cop thing. I think that might have been them showing us, like, you know, it doesn't matter because it could be any hood. It could be any... Like, it's not important. The hood itself isn't important. It's just a piece of cloth with holes in it. You know, anyone can make a red hood, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was just kind of furthering the point that this hood isn't important. It's just what it does to someone's, you know, what the legend behind it is what's important. You know what I mean? That hood could get up in a dumpster somewhere and it's never seen again, but someone could just make another one. I mean, how hard would that be? Just take a fucking sock and cut holes in it. So I think that was just sort of showing its legacy to us. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and then we get the kid at the very end that puts it on and is just like, you know, with his finger. That's clearly another. Is that the Joker? You know. So, we had a lot of Joker in this episode.
Oh, so. I think the My Nemesis shouldn't have a backstory. So fair.
Thank you, Batman.
You're welcome.
You don't exist yet.
Sometimes I do in my dreams, Felipe.
Friendship is power?
Fuck. I gotta go.
I wish I had a Daenerys figure because I wanted to say, "Where are my dragons?"
Where's my dignity?
I have so many tiny pieces of felt in my eyes.
Yay, toys.
We are children.
Yes, bringing Jafar's staff back. I was like, when am I ever going to use Jafar's staff again? Wonderland's gone. Yeah, but anyway.
When he comes back in ones, what? It's
Maybe.
happening. Don't count him out.
So what did you guys think of the Penguin and Butch's relationship?
Oof.
I feel so bad for Butch.
I do.
He's got an obvious lobotomy scar.
Yeah.
Butch seems to have things together really well. Like he.
But he's brainwashed.
But is he?
It doesn't. I mean, there's times where it's like, oh God, he's brainwashed, and then there's times like, hey, Butch, where have you been?
It seems like Butch is like, oh, fish, you know, whatever. That's the part that seems the brainwashed, is his loyalty to fish has been removed. That's really it. The rest of it, oh, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into building this club. This club used to be, you know, a cockfight thing. Chickens, took us forever to get the smell of the chickens out of there. I just want to see this place succeed. You know, and that's really what it comes down to. And I honestly believe that is Butch talking.
Yeah,
I don't think that has anything to do with the lobotomy.
I'm not saying Butch isn't talking. I'm saying it's not all of Butch. He would, if this was really Butch, he would sooner put Penguin in the ground than help him.
I mean,
I also just want Penguin dead, so that's.
I'm sorry, I'm reading in chat right now. Lee Silver just asked, can I threaten to Clio to move in with Barbara if she doesn't remove the hood?
I will only move in with Barbara to murder her.
Oh, you're really acting like Red Hood now.
Red Hood. See?
Yep,
that's not magic.
Yep.
It's just murderous rage. Yeah, it was kind of chilling to see Butch not give a shit about fish.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was weird, but like a good weird.
Yeah, no,
it was.
He almost didn't give a shit about anything. I mean, sure, he was helping Penguin. Sure, he said it was because he cared about the club, but I mean, it was almost like he didn't even give a shit about that.
I don't know. See, I really like this Butch, and it's almost like he and the Penguin have a role reversal. And, like, Penguin has been, like, this guy that's always had the big plan, and now Penguin's like, oh, I'm just gonna walk up and take the alcohol from Maroney. Like, that doesn't seem very Penguin to me. What Butch did, and goes under the Penguin and's like, oh, I got some cops in my back pocket. We're gonna come and take all the alcohol, and then we're gonna sneak it into our club, and that way no one is the wiser. That seems like more of a Penguin plan to me.
Yeah, except, I mean, we've never seen Penguin have a plan like that besides... I mean, I guess he has. But...
I mean, that's got Penguin written all over it.
Yeah.
It's sneaky and underhanded.
Yeah, exactly. That's a Penguin plan. Butch, you know, subterfuge is not always his thing.
Yeah. So it's almost like they have this role reversal going on.
Right.
And I actually kind of like the dynamic. I think Penguin has gotten a little too cocky. And, you know, at this point, he's like, oh, I'm invincible. I'm untouchable. And now his club is literally failing and falling to shit right in front of his eyes.
That's because he's making stupid business choices. Yeah. I mean, did you see that comedian? He had his mom sing in his club. No. No.
He, you know, it's a sign of his poor social skills that he doesn't get what people want to see and want to do. He just doesn't have any concept of that.
Right. I mean, he is still a young kid. You got to keep that in mind too. He's learning, and young kids they're not the most intelligent
21
decision makers.
Young.
Yeah, he's still young. I don't. We don't know the exact age of the Penguin in this, but we do know Penguin's always been significantly older than Batman.
Yeah.
They've never been the same age in any, canon anywhere. So he's clearly not 8 years old. We know that much. But yeah, he's probably in his late teens, if not early adulthood. So.
I would say so.
Yeah. So kind of the aftermath of what Bruce did last episode with the Wayne Corporation and threatening them came to fruition here. We had this guy Reggie show up. Was it Reggie Payne? Was that his last name?
Reggie Payne.
Yeah. We had Reggie show up to Wayne Manor unexpectedly, and at first it seemed, this guy from Alfred's past is coming, and he's just looking to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And he reminisces some good stories over some what did they have? Whiskey, bourbon, wine.
Wine.
Was it wine?
Yeah, it was wine.
Okay.
Well, when Bruce was there.
Yeah. Was it wine?
Yeah, that was wine.
It was like a
you're right.
50-year-old bottle.
And I did note, I forget what it is right now off the top of my head, but I looked it up to see important dates. The wine, whatever the year on the wine was, is actually the same year that the Batman TV show started.
66.
66. So that was kind of a cool little nod to
that's
that.
cute.
Yeah. So I really like that. Because anytime they throw out some obscure dates like that, and especially when they do things like I have to look into it, and I forgot to make note of that, but yeah, so that was a really cool reference there. But yeah, they were drinking, reminiscing, telling old war stories, and you got to see there was this really dark side to Alfred, and he's killed people before, and it's to see where he's at now, it's like this big drastic shift.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So.
Yeah, I mean, he was a soldier. He was a special unit soldier. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
But having Reggie around the house was kind of cool because we got to see, him interacting with Bruce. He got to teach him some, alternative fighting methods. Yeah.
I have to fight like a goddamn man.
I don't know. Alfred fights like a man, but he doesn't have to, actually, do what Reggie does.
Yeah.
No. But he totally sounded like Sean Connery, and I loved it.
Yeah, he did. So did you.
I wasn't paying attention.
But he gets these less honorable fighting tactics, and that's something that, Batman does use. He does the straight up punches but there's some stuff that Batman's done that is not always the most honorable thing to do. So
yeah,
just having that under his metaphorical belt is good. Not his bat belt, utility belt, his metaphorical belt. But then we find out that Reggie is working for Wayne Enterprises.
Yeah. When I saw that
God.
shit going down, I was like,
fuck
"You
them.
bastard."
That was shocking. I did not expect that at
so
all.
mad.
I know.
But was it part of his mission to stab Alfred, or was it?
It seems
I
that
think-
way.
It seemed like okay.
Yeah, I think what they think, the corporation thinks, is that Alfred is helping Wayne out a lot, and that by, putting him in a spot where he can't help, it actually takes away, distracts him, either took away from what Bruce was doing, or distracted Bruce enough that he didn't care about it anymore, and they could, put in cover-ups easily. So that, yeah, I don't know.
It's not good. They're isolating
Yeah.
Bruce.
Yeah.
And they're going to go in for the kill.
Yeah, but then you saw Reggie kind of after spending some time at the manor and bonding with Bruce and bonding, with his old friend and stuff. He's kind of reluctant to go through with the mission. Like he mentions to them, he's just a boy. My cat.
That's just a cat.
That is just a
Catwoman.
cat. Come here.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's also why he wanted to teach Bruce like the value of that kind of aggressive fighting.
Yeah.
Because
That
he
makes
knew if
sense.
Alfred wasn't around, Bruce would have to take care of himself. Hi, kitty.
Hello.
Oh, cutie. Which one's that?
That's
that's
Michaela.
Oh, Kayla. Oh, meow meow.
Few-minute intermission while we, coo over cats.
Gotta coo over cats.
I mean,
So-
that would have been a good segue to Catwoman, but
Eh.
we'll save it. We'll save it because we get But I was really shocked at that, and I feel like the fact that she's all tangled up in my headset now. The fact that he showed like some kind of remorse and reluctance to go through with it, that there is kind of a redemption story allowed for him.
God, I hope so.
I mean, he seemed like he was a nice guy. I mean, he had different, views of looking at things, but I mean, that was his job. He got paid to do what he did, and
Oh,
I mean,
I'm sorry. Lee gave me a jaw drop moment.
Mm-hmm.
He was he's speculating that the Wayne Enterprises board could be the Court of Owls, which was like a year, 2 year ago comic arc.
Yeah.
I don't know much about them, but I know they're serious business.
Yeah.
that's like a
That's
pigeon.
really interesting. That is something to think about.
Yeah, Court of Eagles or Owls, depending.
I'm pretty sure it's Owls, unless there's another court called Eagles.
Owls was the most recent.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not mistaken. I don't actually remember.
Yeah, I'm not as well versed in the DC universe. I have actually heard of Court of Eagles. I just don't know in what reference. It very well may not even be a DC reference, but
I don't think
that
it
was
is
an
a
eagle.
reference.
That was an eagle in the back, was it?
Yeah.
It was not an owl.
Was it an eagle? Okay.
Yeah.
I believe it was an eagle. Yeah.
So.
Well, the Court of Owls is kind of like an ancient evil Templar organization, sort of like the Freemasons.
Right. Yeah.
Eagle.
So they very well could just be changing, from owls to eagles, just change things
Yeah,
up.
that's possible.
But yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, they do have ties to the Wayne Trust.
Do you think we're gonna get more of Reggie this season?
I hope so,
I
actually.
think we'll
It's gonna
have
be-
to.
We don't have to, but it'll be like super drama if we do.
Well, I'm only saying we have to is because I think he's going to have to help Bruce.
Yeah.
I see that coming, too.
Gordon can't do it. I mean, there's no one left to help him. He can't do it himself. So I'm pretty sure Reggie's probably going to come back and try to help Bruce in any way that he can.
But after Alfred knows that Reggie stabbed him, is he even allowed to come back in the house?
Alfred's out, though. It
Alfred's,
could be
yeah.
weeks before he's out of the hospital if
Mhm.
he comes out of the hospital. I mean, we all know he's coming out of the hospital, but still.
Unless
I was wrong about
unless
that.
Bruce just happens to get another butler named Alfred.
I mean, I definitely think in that time, Reggie might take the opportunity to teach Bruce a couple more things.
Mhm.
Especially since Bruce doesn't know that. I mean, I guess he could figure it out, but it's pretty
Yeah.
smart.
That
He's
would
a smart
be an
kid.
interesting arc, though, is to have Reggie come back and help Bruce, only for Alfred to recover and be like, "That is the man who stabbed me," and then Bruce is now conflicted with this guy who's helped him this whole time, and then finding out he's also the guy who very directly caused Bruce to need the help in the first place.
Right.
So that would be an interesting twist on things. Now, this brings me to Fish Mooney. What in the actual fuck did I just witness?
I don't want
She
to talk
spooned
about
out her own eyeball so that they couldn't take it from her.
Yeah.
And not only spooned it out, threw it on the floor and stepped on it.
So that they couldn't use it.
I mean, it was
we've
already
seen
pretty
with the guy that-
damaged.
We've seen with the guy that she had, the other people beat to death. If there's something that the doll maker wants, she is not going to give it to him. She's going to make it so that he can't have it anymore.
A doll mocker.
I told him to stop this shit. Fucking said stop with the eye shit. I can't handle it. What the fuck did you give me?
I mean, what is Dr. Dollmacher's obsession with eyes, right? It seems like all he's harvesting right now are eyes.
Well, did you see that one chick in the hospital when she walked by? She's like missing a leg and other things.
Dollmacher's not the only one working there. There are a lot of other people too, and it seems like they're selling body parts on the black market to make money. But then Dollmacher has his side project, so I think it's like they're selling body parts, but then Dollmacher's doing something special. So it's just that pretty eyes might just cost a lot on the black market, so that's what they want to sell.
I'm actually getting sick to my stomach thinking about buying things off the black market. Oh God. It's not your fault. It's just I'm thinking about it now, and I don't want her anymore.
I don't like it.
But yeah, she's definitely she's super committed. She is committed.
But now we get to see her in an eye patch for the rest of the show. So
yes, which will be awesome. Oh my God! I actually got.
Do you think we're gonna see her in an eye patch, or do you think she's gonna get like a glass eye or something?
Glass eye.
No. I got Pushing Daisy's flashbacks. The aunt wears like an eye patch with crazy bejeweled shit on it, and it's like it's a different eye patch every day.
Oh, she's gonna bling it up.
Oh yes, blinged eye patch. I'm totally looking forward to that.
Maybe she just needs to sweep her hair to the other side so it just covers her empty eye.
She needs to grow it out a little more.
Yeah, do the emo look.
Yeah.
Now Penguin kind of has that market cornered.
Yeah.
We're talking about.
He's got the super greasy down.
Yeah. I know we were kind of speculating on the fact that, maybe they're going to switch things up and give us a female Joker. Do you think that's out the window now that she's missing an eye?
No.
I definitely think with these last 2 episodes, she is going in a different direction.
Yeah, she totally is.
Oh, yeah.
She is more... now she's kind of about leading these people. Not just getting herself out.
Right.
She could have done that. She could have negotiated to get her out. But she wants to take these people with her. So I think she, as a leader, she's found her niche. And the Joker's never been a leader like that.
Right. I mean, also, like, Mooney, she doesn't have anyone else to turn to. So if she did get out, she needs people. So
that's true. She'll have her own little army.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I didn't think of that.
She'll take him back to Gotham. Storm the city.
They're not that far from Gotham.
She's got their trust, especially if she comes back and they see she's pulled her own eye out for their cause. They're gonna double behind her. They will do anything for her.
Oh yeah.
I mean, unless they don't believe that she did that, they could be like, "Oh, the doll maker got you. You gave him one of your eyes," and they'll never know the difference.
No, he wanted both. I don't think he would ever just.
But you saw one of the ladies that they threw back. The lady that they threw back had no eyes. Like if the doll maker took her eyes, they would have taken both.
It's true. That's true.
Should we get to our friend?
No. Absolutely not. No, but there's one point I was just gonna make with Fish, something that Clio said triggered something with me. Other than the obvious fish eye reference that I can make. But
Fish Eye Mooney. They call her One Eye Mooney.
Oh God.
Good old One Eye.
Oh my.
Bye, John. Where'd you go?
Is
so I guess now I guess we'll get to Barbara. So
Barbara.
Our bestest friend, Barbara.
Oh my God, she's such a mess.
She's fucked up, dude.
She's constantly lit. She's out on the terrace with a glass of vodka. We cut to the next scene. She's got a glass of wine. Fuck.
What is she doing? And she's like, "Your beauty is a weapon used to destroy the world."
I was totally expecting Selena to whack her good when Barbara touched her on the shoulder, because the way she jumped, I was like, "Oh, hit her! Hit her!"
Well, I think the reason she didn't is because Selena's definitely looking for,
Yeah.
I don't know, more ways, more control. She gets herself into situations, and the only way she gets out is by being sneaky, and she does that very well, but I don't think that's enough for her anymore.
Well, that's part of Catwoman.
Yeah.
You know, that sultry side. So
I mean,
Exactly.
it's going to be a thing.
It's just ridiculous to me that Barbara's now running like this foster house.
It's Foster's home for imaginary friends, and that
No.
are not actually her
How
friends.
dare you?
Where her best piece of advice to give to children is a weapon as power. You know, your body, your appearance is as powerful as any knife or gun. Is that really advice you're giving to like a 12-year-old girl?
Ivy
This
got
is
it.
advice someone who is just on all of the drugs, has not stopped drinking for months.
A while.
That's the advice that kind of person.
She's been drunk for a while. Like, that's the opposite of the thing you tell like to a young woman.
Yes.
You don't tell them that their body is a weapon or a tool. That's disgusting.
Well, I mean, if they were in
Barbara's
karate
disgusting.
and made to black belt, then their body is a freaking weapon. But that's something
That's
completely
different.
literal like that.
Right. You know, you are literally a trained assassin.
This
Yes.
is here, ladies. Have some dresses.
Now you're
Ivy loved every bit of that. She was like, I want all
Well,
of this.
the dress that Ivy got was very, very reminiscent to the Poison Ivy dress, you know, that she wears in most of the appearances of Poison Ivy.
Yeah, and I mean, Ivy is, as a character, is going to be drawn to those sort of leafy green patterns. So.
I have a correction from Lee. He says Selena's 13, Bruce is 12. I'm very, very bad at estimating. But
well, either
It's
way, you don't say that
it's
to
1
another.
year.
You don't say that to a child. I'm sorry. That's just the wrong.
A teen.
And I'm glad Selena just threw it back in her face. It's like, yeah, how's that working for you?
Yeah, exactly. I was
Is that
like,
good?
oh!
Yeah, that was...
Snap
Weapon.
them fingers.
Yeah,
Was either you're not pretty or
No, she's like, how's that working for you? Because you're a fucking mess.
you're a shit show.
You are a mess.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen is that Selena's going to be like, okay, that's not how you do it.
This is how you do it.
This is how you do it.
But
Strong.
but Lee
I
once
wanna
again
see
in
that
chat.
happen.
Lee wants to know, when is Harley Quinn and Talia gonna move in with Barbara, Ivy, and Selena to complete his Facts of Life?
Listen,
theory.
if Talia moves in with them, she's just gonna murder everybody.
She's too
does.
young.
Like, of all the people, I don't think Talia would, like, put up with that kind of shit.
Talia's 12 and not in Gotham. There's also that.
There is also that. She's
true.
being trained by her partially immortal father.
Yeah.
Lazarus Pit.
Yeah, but we know for a fact Dr. Dollmaker, sorry. The
We just call him
Dollmaker.
the Dollmaker because I don't want to
Yeah.
call him
Dollmaker.
Dollmaker.
Dollmaker, I like the name and I hate the name at the same time.
Yeah.
It's
I
kind of
agree.
like this double-edged sword, but yeah, it's nice now that we're getting close to the end now, right? We got 5 episodes left,
Okay.
and the Dollmaker was a story that we started in episode 2, and you know, it was Gordon's first case, and it's actually a really good way, I think, to end this season is to end it with the case he started out with.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the Wayne murder was actually his very first case, but
That's gonna be ongoing forever.
But yeah, so I don't even because I know somebody's gonna leave a comment or something and be like, no, the Wayne murder, we know, but I mean, like, the first case that had some kind of redemption or salvation, something that we saw out of it, was the Dollmaker, and he actually saved, you know, all these children, and there was some kind of closure to that. but it was still very open at the same time. But bringing the Dollmaker in now seems like we may get some closure to that storyline and the case in general, which would be very good to close that case, because as we know, the Wayne murder case is, in a lot of tellings of Batman, we don't know who killed them until he's like in his 20s or 30s. So it's not like they're gonna get an answer to this right away.
No.
Yeah.
So.
No, besides, he's going to be too preoccupied with the board being dicks.
Right.
He's not going to have time to do that.
Exactly.
The stuff that he's been doing.
Exactly. So next episode is called Everyone Has a Cobblepot. I'm pretty sure everybody does not have a
I think
cobblepot.
that's true.
But
I don't have one.
I don't.
Do
you?
Ladies, do you?
I think you're mispronouncing it. I'm pretty sure it's kupuput.
Oh. I definitely don't have one of those either.
I use it for my stew.
Oh.
Yeah. So while Gordon seeks information about the recent controversy with Commissioner Loeb, Fish's allegiance with the prisoners is questioned when she appears to join forces with Dr. Dollmaker, or Dr. Dolmacher. So, like I said, I was alluding to this before. The group of people may not think that she's on her side anymore, and that could also be kind of an interesting little twist there. But meanwhile, after an attack close to home, Bruce deals with the aftermath, which is clearly Alfred. They just didn't want to spoil that in their synopsis. But yeah, it's very generic, kind of one of those typical ones we get for The Walking Dead, is something's going to happen, but we're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
The group is in danger. Will they survive?
So we know the only real bit of information that we get here is something's going to happen with Commissioner Loeb, and Fish is kind of questioned at this point. So in the grand scheme of things, it's probably going to be a really good episode, but we don't know anything about it. I did notice in the preview for next week's episode, we get the Riddler. We see him behind a wall full of like question marks, which is kind of cool.
Interesting.
Oh.
So yeah. Anybody have anything else for this episode?
No.
No. The Fish is baller.
And I'm sad for Alfred.
I'm very sad.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we're all like, "Oh, Alfred's fine." Wait, I'm not too concerned for him because I know he's gonna pull through.
Yeah, but
So
it still sucks.
that's the bad part about dealing with prequels.
Oh well.
But that's now see, it all comes back. What I was gonna say about Fish that I forgot before. The cool thing about Fish is they could do anything that they want with her. She's not in the comics, so the fate of Fish Mooney is completely up to them. They can do anything that they want. She's a character that, yes, they're going to want to keep around. We know that. But killing her off at some point will have just as big of an impact for the show than having her on it would be. Like, the circumstances surrounding her death. If the Dollmaker's to finish her off, that's going to say something big about the Dollmaker. You know, something that not even Maroni or Falcone could do. You know, the Dollmaker's doing. So.
Yeah, that's true, because everyone legitimately tried to kill Fish.
Yes.
Can I just add one more thing?
Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
The dude, the witness that they pulled in
Oh,
to
that guy's
identify
the
the red.
best.
I mean, that guy needs his own show, like right now.
He's gonna freak out if you drive me home in a squad car.
He was like fucking
oh
Rodney
my
Dangerfield.
God.
I'm like, where did you find this fucking guy?
Where did you come from?
I love him. Get him his own show.
Maybe
Yes.
he's the Joker.
At least
I
a
want
radio
him to,
show.
like, make some more appearances because he was so funny.
He was so great.
Out of all the random kinds of characters like that, he's the best. So
Just
far.
the best guy.
And I also thought it was kind of refreshing having just a kind of gang, you know, as the main antagonist kind of for the Gotham police this episode.
Yeah.
Because for the last couple episodes, we've had like, oh, it's these characters that they're really forcing down origin stories down our throats. And this one, even though Red Hood is a kind of origin character, you know, something that they need to do, this was just about this gang that means nothing. Like, yeah, it's the origin of the Hood itself, but the gang is very insignificant in the grand scheme of what the Hood actually, you know, is about. And I just really liked that we had something completely, I don't know, out there for this week's villain.
And now for something completely different.
Yeah.
And in terms of, like, bank robberies, like groups of robbers, it's usually like the Joker leading a group of nobodies, or like, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
But this was like, they were all equally nobodies / equally
really
leader,
one guy
you know?
that wants to get back at the banks for denying him a loan. It's like a very minor, you know, kind of crime.
His name isn't the Flash, right?
No.
Or the burning torch? What the? I don't even know.
The Human Torch?
What?
The
Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
Oh.
She was.
I'm like, what are you
I cycling through all the things because I couldn't remember.
She's making an Anchorman reference. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. It's one of those warm-up phrases, you know, like unique New York, unique New York. You know, it's the kind of tongue twisters to get your mouth warmed up. You know, the Human Torch was denied a bank loan. It's totally one of those. Anyway, Nikki, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
Clio, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Cliomoto on the socials and on Twitch at the Cliomoto. And on my Etsy, I'm Clio. I think I'm under Clio and Cliomoto, but I'm gonna be selling like Gandalf-y wizardy hats.
They're pretty badass.
And more things, so go look at that.
Go.
Maybe even some Red Hoods at one point. Who knows?
Maybe.
We're not responsible for any crimes that you
commit.
We are. Yes, we are.
Like $2.
Waving that shit.
John, where can the people find you?
Not committing crimes.
That's good.
And on YouTube at NHOJM, you can see me do some Let's Plays. I just did a bunch of Ziggurat, SteamWorld Dig. Go check it out.
Games.
Excellent.
Nahajim.
Games.
Nahajim.
Dog.
Hey, more games.
You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon.
Do. You
can also find us on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, Space, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Till next week. See you guys later.
Bye. Fish Mooney confirmed for Deadshot.
Oh, yo, that would be great!
That would be pretty cool.
If she was a sniper, that would be great.
No. Fish Mooney confirmed for Odin.
Odin?
Oh.
Just go through all the one-eyed characters.
Blackbeard. Pirate. Stop it, John. You're ruining everything.